Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So we got some good news out of a bad month, which we can say a lot of things were bad this month. Hey, we lost very badly in the 2025 elections. Very frustrating. But then again, they are blue states, so at least we aren't losing swing states. Although you had a couple swing state elections. You had the disgraceful move made by Utah judges colliding with Democrats to steal Utah 1, as you can see, has been added to the map. I believe this is your official map, the map before. Adding most of Slope County and such has been taken down, and they didn't make it even better. They actually added half of Slope County into Utah 2, making Utah 1 more liberal as it is. And then we lost Marjorie Taylor Greene, which obviously, it looks like she is I guess her frustration isn't really frustration. I know I said it wasn't really personal, it was more political. After, doing more research and looking at the latest news on the latest fallout, it looks like it's more personal because like the poll I showed you all, about from April this year that showed Marjorie Taylor Greene losing like badly, like double digits in her swing state, relatively a red state. Apparently Trump showed her that poll and she did not like it. I guess she didn't indicate she didn't like it, but she was very offended. Like Trump was implementing that you can't run for Georgia Senate, you can't run for governor. And this is part of the reason why she has taken the approach since April of this very anti-Trump, very anti-administration approach with really stuff like the president has to do. Like, for instance, foreign policy. Like, hey, we are helping the economy when it comes to making deals with Saudi Arabia and the UAE, and she's criticizing that, and that comes from a special type of butthurt in order to criticize diplomacy, which is actually out helping Americans. So, despite that, we actually have some good news out of so far a very, very bad month. We are halfway through this month, and it seems like hopefully the other half will get better. I don't know. But we have good news, and that is that Florida is redistricting. Ron DeSantis has made the right decision, the right move, and the right time to redistrict. Seeing that, hey, look, Florida is a migrant state, a much bigger migrant state compared to Texas. If you're talking about illegal immigration and illegals being counted into the census, it would be Florida more than Texas. And if Texas is going to do it, then Florida obviously has to do it. Let's be real. Florida, you got to be extra careful because it's a state with old international influence. Anyone can infiltrate Florida, especially Cuba and Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Those Caribbean countries and their nationals, they have very special influence in Florida, specifically because Florida is a huge accessible state as it is a peninsula state. So obviously it'd be smart seeing that, hey, look, we have evidence and proof that illegal aliens are taking part in the census. Therefore, the districts are indeed rigged in favor of Democrats. Ron DeSantis is making the right decision to redistrict. Now, we know already that Democrats are going to have a huge problem with this. Buckle up, because it's about to get loud in 3, 2, 1. Well, it's only day 2 or day 1 since the news has been announced. But the conversation, the question is, what seats would we pick up? Now, we already have a indication that Republicans are likely to pick up 5 potential seats. This would fully cancel out Gavin Newsom's 5 Democrat plus 5, the 5-seat Democrat seats in California via stroke of his pen. Tough luck, Gavin. This is from Eric Daw, tweet from him. And the question is, what would we flip? Well, apparently we're going to go after Maxwell Frost. And that's pretty interesting. I was surprised to see we're going after Maxwell Frost, seeing that he's coming from a district that is more liberal compared to the district below him. That's Darren Soto's district. And it looks like, I could be wrong, that we are adding more of the Orlando part to Darren Soto's district. I'm not sure. But we would take out District 10. Let's see, we can say it's solid red for now, or we'll just say it's likely. District 10, Kathy Castor's district, which is, let's see, Kathy Castor. Yep, that's Hillsborough, so that can be redistricted. Hillsborough County, part of that, that's obviously Tampa Bay. We redistrict that. Going into, oh, here we go. Here's the full map. Yeah, we're definitely going after Jared Moskowitz, but before, we're going to take out Louis Frankel, who we knew this is her 7th term, it seems. We are going to take out Moskowitz, Jared Moskowitz. So it looks like we are sparing District 20, McCormick's district. So you only have Democrats winning 3 seats. And really, this is Fredetia Wilson. So this is not good for Democrats, because look, as you can see here, they're now in, if this map is implemented, they would be at 199. Okay, the gap has widened. And you'll see, I mean, like Mr. Eric Doss said, it would erase significantly the margin that it's erased that all that trouble that Gavin Newsom went through to get 5 seats. But we do know for sure that Gavin Newsom could care less about the politics and helping the Democratic Party win the House next year. No, they don't. He doesn't care about that. No way. He actually only cares about his presidential campaign, which he will be running in 2028. Put money on the table, he's running. Because no dumb politician would spend this much money, this much time, and this much effort to get a silly proposal to give Democrats 5 seats, which aren't even guaranteed to win them the midterms. This guy has an account, a alt account, where basically he does nothing but mock Trump and troll Trump and basically write everything in caps, which we do know that Trump only caps basically 10% of his tweets, okay? 10% in each tweet. You'll see maybe the title is, I do caps in my titles. It's something to be bold, okay? I'm literally saying something to make it stand out, okay? That's why I'm making it. I do a lot of bolds. I didn't do the bold in, except for the beginning in the turning coat video. But I'm like approve for 2025 Washington issues. I put down approve. It's these bold letters are supposed to make it stand out. And it's also meant to use expression. Okay, expression instead of using enunciation points and periods and just enunciation points in general. I try to make these words like fooled and rigged. It's supposed to express emotion and concern, okay? And it helps allegedly attract views. I don't know, but that's kind of how I roll. I like 90% of my videos are like that. If you notice, and President Trump is like me. He does some of his sentences in caps. Gavin Newsom doesn't know the difference, though. He just goes and capses it all. Okay, like that's supposed to mean anything. In fact, a lot of people do the capsing. Okay, a lot of people caps their own sentences if they want something to stand out, or they're trying to express emotion and expression instead of just relying on an explanation point. Okay, so it's very normal. Apparently, it's abnormal to Gavin Newsom, and I am not surprised. But obviously, I got distracted. The reason why I talked about Gavin Newsom is, we know that this isn't really an L for Gavin Newsom, even though, let's just say, Eric Dolly may think it is. I disagree, mostly because his intentions was not to help Democrats win. All he needs is just, hey, look, I gave Democrats 5 new seats. Sure, it was erased by Republicans in Florida, but hey, I did it. I passed the measure. I'm qualified for the presidency. That's all he needs. That is all he needs. And as long as he has that, then really, ideally and realistically, he's all set in stone. That's all he cares about. Something to run on his accomplishment. Because Gavin Newsom can care less. He can absolutely care less. He's looking to 2028, not 2026. Speaking of 2026, we did get some bad news in regards to Indiana, and I told you so. Let's put a cookie in the jar for NSC is right, because Indiana said no, okay? Indiana said no, sir, and I'm not surprised. I'm not even going to do a video on it, because I told you all. And I said, in the Ohio video about the Republicans in Ohio chickening out, I told you all, Florida is your best shot. And it looks like we learned that, because apparently the Indiana GOP is just too weak to just take this map and make it all red. Significantly, let's see. This would bring us to 217. But hey, if Indiana GOP wants to play that way, I do enjoy a good fight. I do enjoy a good challenge. If we pass these Florida maps, what this means is we just need 215. Democrats have a lot to make up. Remember, in order for Democrats to win the House, they need to get a net gain. A net gain of 2. In order for Republicans to win the House, if these Florida maps are approved, this is danger zone for Democrats. Like, this is nightmare scenario. If Republicans, let's just say, pass the map in Florida, then they essentially just need to flip 3 Democrat seats. Okay, what seats could they pick up? Well, there are many different opportunities. I want to start with the most likely ones we can pick up, and I was probably going to be the Michigan district, John James district. Let's go all the way down to Michigan, and I will go ahead and color Michigan 10. It's probably going to be more of a leaning, probably 5-point victory. That is the one we'll likely pick up. Okay. Then we go to let's go down to Texas. And the likelihood that Henry Cuellar is going to lose his race is likely. Not because he has a serious scandal. He's being charged for a scandal, possibly going to be in prison. It's mostly due to the borders. You have more Republican areas, but the question is it enough? And I think maybe to a certain degree, yes. You just have these counties up here, and I think that's enough to make it Republican. And now you just need 1 seat. And it's basically set in stone. If Democrats somehow manage to win the House, they're pretty much getting 218. Okay, that's not a blue wave. Okay, that's not a blue wave. I don't know what they're talking about. And seeing that if Republicans hold the House in 2026, that'd be huge, because we are, of course, the opposition party. The majority party. I don't know why I keep getting that mixed up. And to hear the majority party keeping both chambers of Congress in a midterm is usually not heard of. The last time that happened was in 2002, and that was very likely due to the Iraq War. The Iraq War didn't begin that time. The Afghanistan War and the need to rally leadership behind President Bush. The American people voted Republican to get more pro-Iraq war politicians, or politicians that would work with President Bush to, not Iraq War, what am I saying? To support and fight the Taliban and end the war. So that was really the 2002 midterms, which was a red wave. While Republicans are in power, they can do it, but that was special circumstances where, the Afghanistan war played a huge role in how the 2002 midterms played out in the home front. So, and then I want to go all the way down to Ohio, and that would be our last one, and we flip Ohio 1. Probably going to be, we'll just call it leaning Republican for now. 218. And we have some impactful results also. If, let's see, Marinette Miller Meeks decides not to run. Hopefully she doesn't even bother. We flip that seat. Okay? And I don't know why. Let's go ahead and color District 1. And okay? We flip that seat. We also have a chance to gain seats, like we can. I think we'll carry Tom Keene's seat. We probably will carry. I don't know about New York. You have Zohran Mamdani. He allegedly is going to have an impact down to the governor's race. Governor Hochul's going to impact down ballot races in the House of Representatives. So really, you had 3 toss-ups in New York, the state of New York. I mean, this isn't good. I mean, especially with Zohran Mamdani with this effect, you might have Tom Suozzi losing his seat and Laura Gillen lose her seat. It's really unclear, but I would say, Republicans, unusually, very favored right now, as of right now, to win the House, if these Florida maps do pass. And I certainly hope they will. So what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.